Hello everyone, welcome here. Today, we'll be playing some Total Annihilation. If I remember correctly, we were in the middle of a mission, trying very hard not to get overrun. Although things are looking up a little bit from where they were. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start targeting this Annihilator things that are actually a problem. Actually, here, let's fly a plane out over this, because I want to see it. This right here is a problem. Maybe if I build another Guardian over here. Where is my... I need to turn the volume down. Yeah, let's turn in-game sounds down a little bit. Okay, much better. Now, I think I have a... what's that? Maybe I don't have one anymore. I thought I had an Atlas somewhere around here. Parked and ready. Oh, there it is. Okay. Grab the construction vehicle. Unload the construction vehicle. Grab the other construction vehicle. Unload that too. Okay. I'm going to see if I can get a Guardian up here on this hill to shoot specifically this area. Okay. You build the Guardian right there, please. Second vehicle's about to arrive. Somebody shot the commander, but not hard enough to actually matter. I want you to go land, not poke over the edge. Have I seen Bo? No. He doesn't tend to show up to my streams that often anyway, so it's not too surprising. He shows up sometimes. But not with enough at least he doesn't talk, okay, he doesn't talk in chat, I should say. With enough regularity that I would know if he's here or not. Okay. Now. Move you back a little bit. Right, I can shoot the base of the cliff with this thing, can't I? At least for some versions of base of the cliff. Alright, that's a little too close. Okay. Now you should be able to shoot right over here at the base of this cliff, I hope. For some values of base. Yeah, not really. Those shots are going way too far. Alright. Go ahead and erase as much as we can over here. Can I build something out here on the edge that would help without getting it instantly destroyed? Probably not. Instantly destroyed seems like the likely fate. But we can try. Yeah. About what I expected. No, my construction vehicle. What is he shooting? Well, I don't know if it's worth lifting another one up there. See if those guys can hit that. Not really. Alright, what are you doing? Get over here. Get rid of all this crap. Alright. I should probably just start building an army. I do love Annihilators. Hello, Treebeard. Okay. Let's go ahead. Probably the best place to build units is going to be... I don't want vehicles, I want K-bots, I think. I don't have a K-bot plant. You know, screw it, we'll do vehicles. Let's get... two to start with advanced vehicle plants up there. Okay. Now, I'd really like to get an Annihilator over... Actually, can I build one over here, maybe? It seems very unlikely, but let's try. Because if I can get an Annihilator here, I can fire to here and wipe those guys out. Gotta play defensively on this map? No, I just like it, playing that way. Okay. I did specifically build this to shoot this stuff close by, but... This thing way overshoots is the problem here. I was hoping by building a cannon here I'd be able to get shots down to this area, but it just can't quite drop them enough. anything. Didn't hear anything back there. Looks like there's a decent chance this Annihilator might be able to actually get built here. That's good. Alright. These cannons can't broadside a barn on this map for some reason. Something about where I built them being high up in the air, firing downward, they just cannot hit anything. This thing got hit by a bomb. That's fine, he'll be okay. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy 3 of those. This Annihilator's almost done. That's Splendorifus. Okay. That's finally gone. These are going to be protected because they are under an edge. I don't think I can hit there anyway. Okay, what I really want to do with this one now is shoot here. Which it looks like we can do. Okay. Well, it can sort of sometimes. A bit too close to the edge. Alright, you know what? I do not want more than one of these. I just realized I don't like any of the... I mean, the Bulldog's okay, I guess. Okay. We'll pump out a whole bunch of Bulldogs and call it a day. Unfortunately, everything here is doing a whole lot of missing. This thing still can't hit with any reliability there. It's unfortunate. I should be able to shoot out into here. And thereby cause a lot of trouble for those guys. Okay. Okay, first bulldog is rolling off the lines. I need you to get out of the way. You move to there. You here, to there. Get some more bulldogs going. Alright. This total annihilation forever? Nope, it's just the plain old total annihilation. With the DLCs, and that's it. No mods. Nothing like that. It's the old original game. And yes, this is the campaign. This is the one of the first couple core missions. Oh, you know better than that, Treebeard. Yeah. I don't tend to play many modded games that much. When I do play modded games, I mostly play with lighter quality of life stuff, or carefully chosen, relatively small lists. I'm not a big fan of modding things that don't have to be modded. And this game is a fine example of something that doesn't have to be modded, at least in my opinion. Okay. No, I don't play multiplayer. I love playing RTSs. I do not like playing RTSs multiplayer. Go. Thou shalt not build there. Where are you going? Back over here. Alright. Looks like these guys are starting to get in each other's way, so let's head out with them at least a little ways. I tend to work with all kinds of languages. A lot of Go and JavaScript nowadays. Various things over the years. Before then. And I'm sure more things after. I'd like you to continue at least trying to shoot this area. Okay. So I think I'm going to take the bulldogs and I'm going to roll them over here and try to get rid of that little pile of units at the base of our area over here. Keep moving with the rest of the group, please. Thank you. Oh. Alright. There we go. Cursor was acting weird because I accidentally clicked outside the area somehow using Magpie. I am using a tool to blow this up to full screen for me. Because it's playing at... I think I have it running at 1024 by 768. Something like that right now. It's definitely not using any kind of mod to increase the resolution or anything like that. Just running on one of the old resolutions that you would have reasonably used at the time. guys are gonna have a bad day finally. Fortunately. Alright. Let's just start rolling them that way and hope our long-range firepower helps enough to help. Alright. So I'm using Magpie, it's called. It basically captures the game window and then redraws it full screen and translates your mouth movements back and forth. It's pretty powerful and quite useful. It can be a bit finicky at times. Okay. But in general, with most games that aren't like actually prehistoric, and even those most of the time it'll work. It depends on if a game plays well with being captured. If I have trouble with Magpie, I often have trouble with OBS too. But if OBS works, then it's a good chance that Magpie will. Not always. Sometimes OBS can capture things Magpie won't. But other than that, I don't have to use any render replacers or anything like that. Things just start working smoothly. Total Annihilation has always been easy to run on newer versions of Windows compared to a lot of old games. Alright. Let's see if we can push down the ramp. Not much chance, but hope springs eternal as long as they keep sending bulldogs to distract them. What are you doing closed? Alright. I get like 3 annihilators at the base of the ramp, then we'll be doing a lot nicer. How dare you build things here? Okay. I'd like to bring the commander down, but that's a bit risky, so I'm not going to. I'd really hate to have to redo this mission. Oh, my bulldogs. Alright, now. Let me think. I probably should just build a bunch of, here, go away. No enemy units allowed. Stay away from my annihilator. Okay. What are you... This game does have one weakness. It's definitely the pathfinding. Yeah, it's just gonna hit the cliff. Okay. So I should probably try to build some berthas down here on the flat. Hopefully they'll hit a little better, because these are all overshooting the target. Okay. Lovely. We have a new Annihilator up. Alright. For you, let's get another Annihilator. You can never have too many Annihilators. Okay. Can I shoot over there and hit? Doesn't look like it. This all continues downhill, doesn't it? Sort of. Yeah, no. Alright. I need to get some unit production out here on the flat. Don't have to fight over moving them in constantly from long range. Yeah. Also, it probably wouldn't hurt to just build a whole ton of airplanes and run everything over that way. Then again, that's very expensive. And then again, we have infinite metal, so I don't know what I'm worried about expensive for. Let's build some Lugers. And let's keep producing Bulldogs. Okay, stop messing. There we go. Yeah. The Bulldogs have a bit of a problem that they block themselves with their wreckage. There's enough firepower in the area where we're having trouble pushing through as well. Alright. This Annihilator's almost done. If I could get... Let's see. Problem is, firing from a highest area to a low area seems like it's problematic for targeting reasons. They don't seem to be very good at it. At least get this thing opened up. Okay. patrol a plane back and forth across there and see if it survives for more than a few seconds. That'll really help with the annihilators. And other similar things shooting down here. Well, it helped. For a brief moment before it blew up, it helped. Let's try back a little farther. Alright. Oh no, that annihilator's blown up now. Bastards. Okay. Get rid of the wreckage, please. Thank you. We've got plenty of firepower that can shoot out to here. Speaking of plenty of firepower, we also have plenty of construction power, apparently. Get some standard vehicle plants down. Okay, we need to actually grab a unit that's capable of moving down there. No. Big deal. Why do we have bulldogs and... You try so hard to make unit pathfinding behave and then it goes off the rails anyway. Get some construction vehicles down there on the flats, so they're out of the way. Alright. You attempt to repair that annihilator. You attempt to repair that annihilator. You start building basic vehicle plants. Wait. The one who's supposed to be building the plants hasn't given up yet. Which one is it? This one. Okay. Sneaky bastards. There must have been an anti-radar vehicle over here somewhere. Okay, help him out please, thank you. Alright, now, that annihilator's repaired. Got some kind of forward defenses going. And you shall produce infinite stumpies. Probably not a terribly effective use of our resources, but And you shall also produce infinite stumpies. Alright, now we're running low on scout planes. Let's build a few more of those. Now let's just fly straight down the middle and see what we can see. Okay. The first Guardian's actually going to get built. Go ahead and move these out of the way. Sure. Let's do 3 times infinite stompies. Okay. Where in the hell did you go? Well, whatever. Just keep sending units in. Slowly force them back. But we should keep these guys building firepower on the back lines. Well, highly unlikely we're gonna get this Annihilator up, but we can try. Maybe. There's a chance. Not a very large chance, but a chance. Alright, let's get some more firepower down. Okay, it is looking a lot like that Annihilator is actually going to get built. Which is good. It won't be as good as if I built one there, but even that wouldn't be that great because of the walls going forward from this point. hopefully. I should get a advanced radar closer to the front now. This Annihilator's almost done. Put an advanced radar behind it. Pull these back so they don't all get shot immediately. Okay. Can you target that? Yes, yes you can. Good. Okay. We're not going to be able to build that yet. Now, can you hit this, please? That Guardian's not going to survive. I could probably repair it and all that stuff, but it's really not worth it. Hey, don't close up. Shoot this stuff. Get some more bulldogs going. All right. Yeah, we've more or less won. We just have to push forward the rest of the way. Speaking of which, let's just keep the units pushing forward. Unfortunately, because of these walls, there's precious little we can do to provide fire support past this point. We're just gonna have to build enough units to overrun them. An occasional guardian or something, maybe. Like that Annihilator was definitely not worth building because it didn't get enough done before we passed it, basically. Oh well. Can I shoot this far enough to get over top of that hill and still hit the ground? Probably not. Okay, there's definitely some kind of radar deleter in the area. There it is. There. Well, that's definitely not all of it, though. No, that's not. Okay, unfortunately I can't see to target that area because there's some kind of anti-radar in the area. Let's grab a small group of scout planes and patrol them back and forth over the area. See if that'll work. It does reveal something. Let's see what we can see of the rest of the area. Okay, there's an anti-radar. Okay, shoot the advanced vehicle plant, please. Thank you. Now shoot that deleter. Deal. Put these units down here. There's still more anti-radar in there somewhere. Alright. Let's get some more scout planes going. Just grab a whole pile of them and move them to the front where I can grab them more easily. We got a whole bunch of deleters in here. Not sure why. And obviously to make life harder for artillery, but okay, that should be the last one. It looks like there's not any more giant obvious circles of emptiness on my map. Come on. It's slow enough you can probably hit it. Nope, it's not even trying. Alright, well. Keep sending units in then. No, let's not build an annihilator there. Not worth it. There we go. Honestly, I flew a scout plane there so you could see what was going on. You wouldn't shoot it. Alright. We need to get these units piled up and clear this mess out. Alright. and see what you can see as far as shootables. Alright, there's a Punisher there. Of course, terrible pathfinding continues to strike. Just okay, look. Get rid of that wreck. I need to move through there. Okay, now. There we go. Beat that thing. Finally. Keep pushing forward over here. Get rid of all their economy in this area. If we can take out all of their energy, then their defenses will shut down. Seems unlikely, but hope springs eternal. Okay. Still pumping out bulldogs, so that's good. Hopefully we can get rid of that construction K-bot. The last thing we need is for somebody to start rebuilding. All right. Get some stuff back in here and see if we can clear any of that up. Building the Stompies is definitely a good idea. They're a little bit more maneuverable, easier to get around all the wreckage. Also, they're a lot more squishy, which is unfortunate. Look at that solar collector. Alright. Here, actually, I need you guys over here. I don't care how. Just get rid of that crap. A lot of wreckage down there I need to get rid of somehow. Did I clear wreckage of this thing? No, not really. Yeah, okay, not really. I need something I can use to just crush the wreckage. Thing is, I think only heavy plasma cannons are going to be able to do that. if I have enough heavy plasma firepower. We can crush some of it. More good hits on that. Boom, no more gat gun. Excellent. Alright, you guys move back in there. The bulldogs send back here. See if we can push through this mess again. The answer's probably no, but well. There's so much wreckage around here. I could build... Okay. There's a really easy, although somewhat risky, way to get rid of the wreckage. I think it's probably unrisky enough that I'm going to go ahead and attempt it now. Namely, we're going to bring the commander in and we're going to D-gun it. We're just going to be very careful with said commander that we don't walk too close to something exciting. Alright. How dare you? Ready to go. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we didn't move the Atlas very far away. We need to get the commander over here and D-gun a hole through this. Once he's done repairing. Which looks like he is. Okay, commander. keep clearing this mess. I'll improve things at least a little. We got more wreckage in the way. Okay, if you could be so kind as to clear out for a second. Oops. Took out one of the friendly bulldogs. But we made a big enough hole that stuff can move through again, so that's what matters. You two get rid of those, thank you. Alright, let's get the commander up to the front so we can degun more open space. Beautiful. Get rid of the construction vehicle first. Then get rid of the half-built Punisher. Then get rid of the vehicle plant. That's too steep to walk up. Get rid of that pulverizer. And the Raider. Those last couple airplanes are going to be annoying. You can tell already. Okay. Now. A couple of airplanes left. I think this is the last. Alright. That should be everything except those airplanes. I don't really have any good anti-aircraft anything, except the defenses back at base. Where'd it go? There it is. We missed it. These things move too much. Let's build a few freedom fighters. I think we just killed one. Okay, if it dares come within range, eventually it will get blown up. these guys can target air with any accuracy. Well, I know they can't target it with any accuracy, but I don't know if they can target air at all. Let's start moving these units back up. Help pull that thing more into range of actual anti-aircraft. Clean some of this mess up with the commanders so we can move through a little more easily. There we go. Lovely. We've hit the unit cap. All right. I did at least get one freedom fighter. Let's send it in to take care of their little scout, and hopefully that'll be that. What are you aiming for? Go get it. Airplanes in this game are so annoying. They're really good at avoiding all fire except when they're yours. And they're really bad at it sometimes. There we go, finally. Okay, that mission took quite a while.
The arm was in trouble. Its forces were put at a severe disadvantage by the tremendous reserves of power the Corps had stored on its home world. However, probes revealed a massive array of energy storage plants located not far from the arm front lines. A successful strike against them might turn the tide before it was too late.
Okay, destroy the energy storage depot. Okay. Energy depot consists of numerous energy gathering and storage structures across the sewage canals to the north. Cross over the canals and destroy them all. Roger that. Alright, let's get one mine. And then some energy collectors behind that. Spread the zippers out a little for scouting. I do love zippers. We're definitely going K-bots this time instead of vehicles. I don't really like the armed vehicles that much. Armed K-bots, on the other hand, they're pretty solid. Vehicles are a little too cumbersome is the problem. K-bots are much better suited to the somewhat problematic pathfinding. They're a good medium ground between airplanes and vehicles for maneuverability purposes. Airplanes are of course king, but I'm not that fond of most of the airplanes, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so we got a decent sized little area here that'll be reasonable for putting a base in. Go ahead and get a K-Bot lab producing. We can crank out a few more construction vehicles. Okay. That should be good enough for now. Get a couple of construction K-Bots. And then we can start going hard on mines. How much is this mine producing? 2.3? Yeah, we should get like 4 mines maybe and then start building Moho mines. Maybe I should have built a couple mines before I built the K-Bot lab. I do have the one, but... yeah, it won't take long to finish that K-Bot lab. Then we'll just crank out some more mines and... we'll set one of the construction K-Bots to building more solar collectors. Another to building the advanced K-Bot lab. And then we'll see from there. The first advanced K-Bot is definitely going to be building Moho mines. And I definitely should have built at least 1, maybe 2 more mines before I started building the K-Bot lab here. Alright. We'll let the commander build the mines before we start building more K-Bots. Okay, let's get at least 2 construction K-Bots. Let's add 2 more basic mines. And then we will build at least 2 solar collectors over there. Yeah, that'll help a lot. Make sure to keep our resources going nicely. We can bring the commander over here and help build construction K-Bots. This track always makes me think of Red Alert 3. Alright, advanced K-Bot lab. And then we will use you to build more power collection, I think is a good idea. Yeah, that'll work. Get another construction K-Bot out. And then we'll send the commander to help with the advanced K-Bot lab. Okay, so the construction K-Bot we just built is going to go build defenders. Defenders are weak and squishy. But they are the best defense we have against airplanes. And with enough of them built, they should help against other things. Alright, stop helping build the K-Bot lab for a bit to help not waste quite so much stuff. It is almost done. We're doing well on energy for the moment. Alright, actually, let's skew resource a little bit more toward the K-Bot lab because that's the most important thing to finish right now. Getting that done so I can start building Moho mines is priority 1. Similarly, getting the advanced construction K-Bot done is priority 2. Well, priority 1 now. Alright, now if the enemy sends a random aircraft to harass us, one defender isn't great, but is enough to at least help. Get a Moho mine down here in the corner. Send the commander to help. Get a couple radar jammers. They're not terribly effective against the AI, but they do seem to help sometimes, maybe. I don't know. They're cheap, so why not? They probably don't actually do anything versus the AI. Worst case, they'll just sit here and look pretty. Best case, they will at least help against artillery. Okay, Moho mine's about half done and we're out of metal. We're still doing fine on energy production. Well, that's at least partially because we built a few more. Okay. Yeah. I should cover this whole area seamlessly. Alright, Moho mine's almost done. Put the Zeus in there. Okay. Anyway. And then you go right there. Moho mine's done. That greatly increases our metal production. However, what's better than one Moho mine? 2 Moho mines. Get a couple of laser towers up. go all the way to the edge over there for some reason, but oh well. Now, get a few more advanced construction K-bots. And then I think the next thing we should build, we'll keep the commander in this advanced construction K-bot building Moho mines across the bottom. We'll get like, I don't know, 4 of them maybe. And we'll get this one to build us a radar tower. So we can see what sort of suspicious things our enemies may be up to. Your pathfinding is so bad, game. Okay. I don't know if this is going to be a good map to build any amount of artillery on or not. I should get a, oh, we're gonna call it an aircraft plant down, just so I can see. Get a couple scout craft flyer on the map, see what's available. What the terrain looks like, all that fun stuff. But first, let's get a couple of radars. Depending on exactly what shape these are, it looks like they're square. Building a couple of annihilators on the forward edges of these things would not be a bad idea. To that end, we are going to need a basic aircraft plant so that we can use atlases to get them up there. So you, how about you build that aircraft plant we're going to need? We're going to want it for scouts eventually, no matter what. Okay. Good deal. We've got a large amount of energy, or metal production. Energy production is going to be a problem in the not very distant future at all. So we need to start getting a fusion reactor down. Where should I put my fusions? Put them down here in the corner beside the Moho mines. Yeah. I'll pull the commander off building that Moho mine and have him come build the fusion. That's far more important right now. Alright. It does look like some annihilators up on top of here would be a very good idea. Okay, there's the second radar tower. There's no chance I can walk up there. No, okay. Figured there wouldn't be. So help with the aircraft plant, please. You can help with the Moho mine. Actually, no, help with the fusion reactor. That's much more important. Alright, aircraft plant's done. Let's build an Atlas. Big mine's big. Yep. And they're producing a ton because Core Prime. Okay, so the Atlas. Yeah, we don't need it yet, but we will soon. Fusion reactor has to be finished first. And probably even a second fusion reactor would be good. It doesn't look like the enemies are moving much at all, so that's good. After the Atlas, yeah, 5 peepers is enough for now. We'll build a few peepers. I won't send them out quite yet, at least not very far. I might sweep one across the front here to even up the edge of that. Give us a better idea of what's just past the end of our nose. But I won't overfly any enemies just yet. Alright, let's get another Moho mine. You never have too much metal. The reactor's almost done, and that will solve our energy problems. Okay, Atlas. No, damn it. Here. Grab that thing. Then unload up there. Then move to there. Alright, much better. Okay, first reactor is done. You two get your butts out of the way. Alright. Here, move over there. Actually, you go help with the Moho mine. Alright. Now. We have the air repair pad now, which is cool. Nothing else new that I see. Alright, let's get up to the front edge here. So I can see where I can build, and let's put an annihilator right there. Now, where'd that Atlas go? You, get over here. Abduct one of those construction K-bots. Unload it on the hill. Then park there. Yeah, flying builders are very flexible. They're also the worst builders as far as output goes. Okay, it looks like we have several rows of these, which is going to be a little problematic for my plans, but not too much so. Anyway. Yeah. The strongest builder is the construction vehicle, but that thing sucks for other reasons. Namely, it's big and fat and slow. Construction K-bots are a pretty good medium, in my opinion. They're not perfect either, though. Alright. If I get... I think I'll put a third annihilator over here. And they can shoot through the gaps between these, at least a little bit. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, they don't take up space. That is a big plus. 112 metal income, that's plenty. Let's build some... I should have started this earlier. Here. Let's get some storages down. Damn it, I misclicked. Start metal storage. Okay. And there we go. Get some energy storage. Not too critical yet, which is why I'm not sending over a bunch of stuff to work on it. Let's get one more fusion reactor. A bit overkill at this point to have 3 of them, but it's not going to hurt anybody, that's for sure. And let's grab another advanced construction K-bot. Unload it over there. And then park the Atlas over here when it's done. Alright. Will I make big ships? Definitely not on this map. I'll probably just make a herd of Zeus's, honestly. Speaking of which, let's start getting some actual army building capacity. Here would probably be the best place to put these. Yeah, like that'll be good. 2 K-bot labs should be plenty. Now, get that last annihilator going. And that should be a reasonable enough for now defensive line that I can beef up as necessary if we start actually getting attacked. Yeah. Okay, this is almost done. It is done. Park the construction units around this area. Gotta park the Zeus's up here, I think. We'll send a couple units over to help him build that factory. I could lift some advanced construction K-bots to help out over these. Let's do that a little bit. Grab that one. We'll help this area since he got started last. Alright. Now. Start moving these guys over to help build the next one. There we go. Yeah, we'll park the Zeus's in a big pile out there. We'll keep a nice clear path from the move. I probably shouldn't build too many because if we have to cross a... well, here, let's go exploring. Okay, yeah, we do have a ditch there. Let's see if there's any land crossing for said ditch. If not, then I might want to rethink Plan Zeus. Although, yeah, it looks like there isn't. We could probably build a transport just to swing them across. The alternative... Here. Let's reduce it a little bit. We'll make like, I don't know, 10 or 15 of them. From each. And then we'll go over here and we'll build some advanced aircraft plants. I could build a whole bunch of Atlases, load them all up, and just use them to shuttle Zeus across. That seems cumbersome though, so let's not. Okay. We do have an basic airplane already. Let's get a construction airplane. I never did start you helping with that Annihilator. Okay, you can't quite reach all the way across there with Annihilator, but that's fine. Yeah. Alright. Now, your sole reason to exist is to build me a pair of advanced aircraft plants up here. Alright, do I have a bunch of advanced construction K-bots I can grab? Not really. We'll build 5 more. I'm gonna want some over here to help build airplanes faster. Okay. I don't think Zeus's can walk across water. Or underwater. I think only the commander can do that. I should probably test it though. Alright. Nope. Okay. Well, come back here to the group then. Alright, this is looking an awful lot like just build a mountain of brawlers and win the mission. But looks can be deceiving. See if we can make that boat go away. Thank you very much for the follow. Belongo? Not sure if that's how you want that pronounced or not, but in any case, greatly appreciate it. You follow for old people game? Alright. Let's see if we can zap this boat when he gets back in range again. Okay, we'll probably hit the mountain there. Next shot. Nope. He's missing short. Alright. let's just have the commander help with that one for now. Okay, let's get a decent brawler fleet going. We're not gonna hit that boat unless we get super lucky. Now. Let's let the brawlers build up for a bit. I could... No, that's all I gotta do to build those there. I could try to build some Berthas. Thing is, they'd either need to be on top of these pillars, or they would need to be between them up at the front. Neither of those is a particularly good spot to build them. Like on top of the pillars seems like a great idea, but they seem to overshoot like crazy if they're built too high above their target. Actually, maybe we built them back here would work. Let's try to build a Bertha here. I already have 2 guys. And we'll see how badly it misses. If it hits, then that's great. And we'll just build more Berthas on these pillars. If it misses a lot, then we just won't worry about artillery. Okay. That's a good number of starting brawlers. Let's go see if we can discourage a few things out here. Hey you. Your existence is undesired, shall we say. Nope. We'll probably have stronger defenses in the next branch up. Let's get rid of what we can in the middle here. We'll have to send up some... probably should get some advanced construction aircraft, just 1 or 2. I can build farther forward. Okay. Cut a lot of defenses out. Okay, how far off we can be? The test berth is about 2/3 of the way done. That's good. All right. How far exactly can my radars see? Okay. So if we were to build one radar, even up here, that'd be more than enough. Let's just build one there and see what happens. Alright. Go get our little brawler flight here to head over and clear out the last of the defenses in this area. One of them evil construction K-bot things. How dare they? So you can't run this game at quite high resolutions nowadays. The problem is the UI doesn't scale. And I think it even sort of reasonably supports widescreen with, I don't remember if it requires a little bit of modding or not for that. Okay. Ooh, fusion plants. How about you can't have those? No! My test Bertha! They destroyed it. Bastards. Oh well. I should probably get some fighter planes out here. Yeah. Okay, now. Don't land, go shoot stuff. Looks like we've gotten most of everything. There's obviously a few bits here and there. Okay. is there a submarine in here? Let me guess, there's a submarine in there. Alright, where's the commander? Hey you, I need you over here so we can hopefully degun a submarine or whatever. Yeah. It is identified by radar, which is interesting. Looks like there's one in each of these, so we'll have to... Where's the Atlas? There it is. Get over here so I can grab the commander and fly with him. So build a torpedo launcher in here. That will hopefully take care of any problems we might have. Also build a sonar. Build a second torpedo launcher before we leave. Alright. So the torpedo launcher's done. We'll just head north. Honestly, if we had been a little careful and maybe built a couple of construction planes and just left it at that, we probably could have just marched in and degunned most of this stuff. The defenses were just a few rocket launchers across the front. And those would have been annoying, but... Yeah, there's a snake in the water. There was a snake in the water. Actually, can I build a torpedo bomber? I could. Let's build a Lancet. That might speed things up a little bit. Thing is, torpedo bombers, like all bombers, are a little bit wonky as far as where they will drop and getting them lined up on the target. And we might end up just dropping all the torpedoes on land short of the target. Unless we're very careful, we micromanage it. Okay. Yeah, I can't see it because no radar. Or no sonar, I mean. Speaking of which, we should have probably built one of those. Nope. But the torpedo launcher took care of it. Alright.
Defenses on Core Prime were severely damaged by successful raids on Core energy storage facilities. Core forces fought with increasing vigor and desperation as the arm prepared to cross the sea known as Aqueous Body 397. Across it, on the planet's largest continent, was central consciousness, the massive computer mind cluster which controlled the core.
Okay. Push across the polluted waters to the core port. Destroy the port facilities and all core units. Okay. Build sufficient units to cross the oily waters and destroy any fortifications you find. Losses will be heavy. Nice. Alright. Get 2 of those down. Then 3 of those. Then come back and build 2 more. Yeah. I probably should build 1 mine, 1 collector, 1 mine, 1 collector for a little bit to start. Okay, we have a Triton, we have some Fidos. Send the Fidos out this way to see what lies in that direction. Oh, and we start with a couple peepers. Nice. Well, then we won't have to do any scouting with the... Get a good look at the shoreline here. Alright, Commander. Build a second row of those, and then come back and build more mines. And then, after all that, get a shipyard down. We'll put the shipyard right there, I think. We are going to need some construction vehicles for land. There goes a scout plane, which is not good. Okay, this gives us a solid start to our economy. Building airplanes for the land segment is probably a good idea, because that way we'll still have something useful for once we're away from this narrow little sliver. But I want the capability to build boats first. Gotta get some ships going. Then we'll build some aircraft plants right here. Okay, aircraft plant. Basic one, right there. Should get at least a few skeeters out, in addition to the construction ship. Skeeters, I believe, are reasonably well equipped for anti-aircraft duties. Pretty sure they're missile equipped. Anyway, I'm gonna need an advanced shipyard so I can build millenniums and things like that. Okay, let's get a construction plane. Now you go build an advanced shipyard over there. Probably should have held off on that until I had more energy going. Oh well, once we have this construction aircraft done, actually we don't need to wait for that. Let's get some tidal generators down right away. How dare you shoot my beautiful... Okay, yeah, peepers were the right idea. Park them along the coastline. Alright, so this will fix our energy problems for the time being. Fortunately, that is not all we need to fix. Alright, we need to get an advanced aircraft plane down. There's a snake. The Crusader will take care of it. Okay, that bastard's just out of range. Nope. Alright, Commander. You've somewhat fixed our energy issues. Let's go ahead and build another set of basic mines. I should go ahead and build a defender tower or two up. Nope, we got a bunch of searchers out here. Okay. Now, Commander. Okay, that's completed. Okay, come over here and build this advanced aircraft plant so I can have this guy go build defender towers. The Skeeters aren't capable of dealing with the problem by themselves. Oh, come on. Fine. decide where to build the second one by the time we get done with that. Actually, build the second one here then. Alright, now. I need you to scatter at least a couple missile or torpedo launchers out there. Hey, don't you dare destroy that construction aircraft, you piece of shit. Get the commander over here so you can finish building this tower, because apparently we're going to need to. Nope, it's rapidly going away. Okay, that bastard blew up. Damn it. Alright. Get another construction plane down, or two. Park the Fidos out there in the pier. Alright. Well, the new construction plane will be able to start getting Moho mines built. We need to get some fusion plants as well. Okay. No, it's too expensive right now. I'd like a piranha, but no. Get another. Let's get a few more of those. Okay, and then you build defender towers. Yeah, that'll be a reasonable pattern. Keep them out of everybody's way. Get this defender tower built. Alright. You follow that airplane, help it out. Okay. Have the commander help the aircraft plant here. I'm gonna build a ranger. Alright, get wrecked. Now, the next advanced construction aircraft, we're going to build a radar with it, because we don't have a radar. And I want one. Then we'll send some more down to help out with the Moho mine. We are having some energy issues. How about no? Instead of... Okay, wait. Don't get... Build the radar. We need the radar. After that, we'll worry about building more energy. Also, we should probably be using this to do the energy. For now. We don't need to build a fusion just yet. It would be a good idea to build a fusion before long, but we can last a little longer without it. Particularly because tidal generators are nice and cheap. Okay, that should be enough defenders for now. Okay, you go help with the Moho Mine. You go help with the Moho Mine. You two go help with the Moho Mine. And as soon as the Moho Mine's done, we're going to pull most of those off and put them on a fusion. Okay, this covers most of the map. Set the ranger to hold position so it doesn't wander all over the place. Ships are the worst when it comes to pathfinding in this game. The larger the unit, the worse it is at pathfinding, I've noticed. So you really have to work around their bulk. Okay. Now, you start building a fusion reactor. And when you're done building the fusion reactor, go ahead and build a Moho Mine. Alright, now that will solve most of our issues. This is probably a prime map for Berthas, honestly. So let's build a bunch of them. There comes a wave of crocs. Why aren't I streaming RuneScape? Because I don't generally play RuneScape during the hours that I stream. I usually play RuneScape in the late night after streaming. Although occasionally I will stream it if I'm I don't know, if I have something particularly interesting to do. Or if I have a solid reason to play when I would otherwise be streaming. That's when I should turn on the shrimp stream. One of these days I will finally get around to setting it up so that the shrimp can stream on a different channel or something while I'm otherwise busy. I would have to set up a another device to do the streaming. And I would want to automate it and everything. But anyway. It wouldn't be that hard to set up separate automated shrimp stream. I would just have to get a separate device that's capable of actually streaming. I'd have to figure out what software I wanted to use, because I don't think OBS would be the right choice for an automated stream. I'd have to use something like, oh, whatever it's called now. Yeah, if I was going to do that, then I would go full hog and just control the lights of the cron job. Which would require me to get a relay that I can control. And all that fun stuff. But someday when I'm particularly bored, I'll get around to it. Get a single board computer of some sort. Find one that's powerful enough to run a 1080 stream and... Anyway. Someday. Yeah, let's build a few millenniums. Try to get them out of there without them getting stuck. I should probably build some more stuff up here. So I can have an easier route out for ships, but... Anyway. Also, most of what I'm doing right now in RuneScape is... not very interesting to watch. For example, on the Ultimate Iron Man... Well, on the main I'm not doing anything. On the Ultimate Iron Man, I am... training construction. Which is... fairly repetitive. Oh yeah, we're done. Stew cooking's done. I was just doing that a few days for yeah, reasons. Okay, looks like another group of crocs. They're not going to get very far because they can't shoot back when they're in the water. Hey, how dare you shoot at us? An executioner. Please don't shoot my ranger. It's squishy and inoffensive. Also expensive. Here comes another one. Go get it, Bertha. Need to remember to set the Berthas to fire at will. We're not trying to keep anything alive. Alright. I don't think we lost anything except maybe a skeeter. Not of any real note, anyway. Yeah. Alright, we should get the Bertha going. Repair that torpedo launcher. We need to build more torpedo launchers then. I'm guessing those are probably torpedo launchers, but I won't know unless I send a plane over to check it out. Speaking of which, let's build a few peepers. Anyway. So yeah, the Ultimate Iron Man is just doing mahogany homes. Which basically is just teleport to house with a teleport to house, teleport tab. And then take Salve Graveyard Portal. No, that's the second step. Go to, what are we gonna call it? Go to Kandarian Monastery with, no, my ranger, how dare you, scumbags. Anyway, go to Kandarian Monastery, mine 6 coal, 3 iron, and superheat them into 3 steel bars. Then teleport the house to the house teletab. Then take the Salve Graveyard Portal. From Salve Graveyard, run a short distance away to the Fairy Ring. Take that to the Savannah, where you run a little farther away from the Fairy Ring there. Mine Teak until the inventory is full. Then use the Ring of Elements to teleport to the Earth Altar. Run slightly north to the sawmill. And get all those teak logs turned into teak planks. And then go to whatever contract you have using the house teletab and the portals in the house. Then from each contract you run to the offices and the nearest Mahogany Home office and get a new contract. Repeat until you're almost out of materials, and then go back to the start and go get more steel, go get more teak, and so on. Over and over and over and over and over again. Sometime around when I was going to start doing it, I think I calculated it was going to take me a few more than 700 contracts. And I have completed maybe a couple hundred. So that's going to take a little while yet. Just a little while. Yeah, and that's only going to get me to 83 construction, which is the point where I want to stop for now. And I just realized I do not have a construction ship. And perhaps even more importantly, I am missing a sonar. So, Commander, if you would be so kind, head over here and replace that sonar that got blown up a while ago. Yeah. Oh, there's another roach. Uh-oh. Reclaim the roach, please. Thank you. That's the easiest way to destroy it without actually making it go kablooey. I don't think it'll explode if I reclaim it. Nope. Okay, good deal. Okay. Now, that gets us some coverage. I need to get a few construction ships out so we can build more sonars. Yeah. Once I hit 83 construction, let's see, what is the next part of the plan, more or less? I think the next thing I need to do really is probably train my combats some. Maybe do some early Slayer or something. Alright. We can get these berthas to fire on stuff out there. Yeah, you need to be on fire at will as well. Alright, I do have some scout planes. Let's get these guys going. There's basically 0% chance it'll survive that, but only one way to find out. Well, okay. They don't actually have that much out here. Okay. They've got some ships and stuff, but... Alright. That's going pretty well. I need to add more torpedo launchers. Let's just kind of wall off this whole side of the map. So I don't have to deal with it. Alright. My construction ship? Okay, good. It survived. Didn't repair it. I might need to get rid of. No? Okay, that wreck's not blocking torpedoes. Good. Alright. These crocs are totally worthless. Earth is not terribly accurate. Yeah, we're hitting stuff in this area. Alright, We've got 3 millenniums in relatively decent shape here. Bunch of skeeters. There's a bunch of planes flying back and forth around there. Let's send some skeeters up to go deal with them. Speaking of which, we should get back to producing more skeeters. Yeah, more or less exactly what we need to deal with these planes. Unless we get lucky and hit them with a millennium. Which can happen. I think that might have what happened to that one. Didn't see for sure though. Get some more skeeters up here to increase our line of sight. Shoot that, please. I want it to go away. Push skeeter in to get a little more vision. Boom. I do love the millennium. I don't think the skeeter can do anything about this, but yeah, no, they can't. Okay, do I have anything that can shoot submarines? Not really. That is an issue. I really should have planned ahead. Okay, let's cancel that millennium and let's get a couple piranhas out. Keep drawing in millennium fire before we lose them all to torpedoes. Is that piranha done yet? No. Okay. We got a couple of Goliaths. No, damn it. I ordered a patrol and it didn't go through. Alright. Is that piranha done yet? Yes, it is. Thank goodness. Get your butt up here and take care of whatever, probably a croc or something. Okay. Try to repair that, thank you. This thing absolutely murders other submarines, so... Shark. That's unfortunate, because sharks absolutely murder other submarines as well. Dang it. Construction ship. Destroyed it. Or you destroyed... The construction ship's target was destroyed. There we go. Damn it, there's more of them. Okay. I need to get more anti-submarine measures to the front. Yeah. Like, no, torpedo bombers wouldn't be useful. Where's that damn piranha? Get your ass up here. Hey, one of the other millenniums got destroyed. Not that big of a deal, but it is annoying. There's a doomsday machine. The doomsday machine is a rather impressive core defense. Well, it was impressive. Alberta decided it needed to go away now. Well, I'm not sure where those submarines went. Piranha got one. But was that all was here? Seriously? Alright, well, let's grab some construction planes. And let's put a radar up here. We can see the whole map. The Berthas are being pretty effective about shelling the area. Okay. Here goes the radar. Alright, now we just need to worry about submarines. I don't suppose you can build a sonar, can you? Nope. Alright. We either have to bring the commander out, or we'll have to bring out a construction ship. One of those is much more reasonable than the other. Or we could just patrol back and forth with the piranhas until we have everything. Because they do have sonar. Oop, there was something. Okay. The piranha does a very good job at wrecking snakes. Unfortunately, so is the case vice versa. Alright, that was the last one. Nice. Alright. 2 more missions. And then we can move on to core contingency.
Central consciousness was a conglomeration of the minds of millions of individuals selected for their knowledge and abilities in various areas, whose principal business was control and administration of the core empire. It was primarily housed underground in a tremendous computer which covered most of the continent. Its size made direct attacks ineffective, but ARM intelligence had discovered the physical location of its distributed processing control center, a point of vulnerability.
Alrighty. We have found the central consciousness of Rex's core war machine. It lies beneath the huge dome at Central Plaza. Destroy the guard garrison stationed here and take the dome. When we gain control of central consciousness, core will surely be weakened sufficiently for ARM to secure the final victory. There are several entrances to Central Plaza. Expect all of them to be well guarded. Expect the dome to be extraordinarily well guarded as well. Core defenses will be savage. You must be equally savage, Commander. Alright. There we go. Now. Before we start building too much, let's do a little tiny bit of exploring. I want to get some slight appreciation for the shape of the terrain in the area. Alright. Explore just a little bit in this direction. It looks like we're behind a wall of sorts. Move the zipper over here. Alright, here. Build one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. That should get us a more balanced start. Where the hell are you little ass hats going? Get back over here. Boom. Okay. That should be a good start. And then let's do aircraft, despite their relative weakness. Yeah. Alright, building one mine, then one collector, then one mine, then one collector is working out to be much better. Gives a smoother start. Okay. Now. That's pretty reasonable. Trying to decide. Yeah. Looks like we've got another row of... Okay, let's take a zipper and go exploring. We've got another row of these walls. With defenses built on them already. Ow. My poor zipper. Okay. Building annihilators in the gaps might be the plan for defenses. Maybe. Alright, let's build this construction aircraft. And then we need to build the advanced aircraft plant here, I think. Although we should probably focus on getting more collectors first. Build a few more over there. If we build relatively close to the back sides of these walls, then we won't have to worry about being shelled with any kind of artillery. So that's one reason to do it. And also enemy units that are approaching the defenses won't be able to hit them either. Although we'll probably end up... I don't know. Get a few more basic mines, because the Moho mine's a ways off. And let's get some more basic construction vehicles. Yeah, alright. We of course need to get an advanced construction plane so we can start building Moho mines and reactors. And better defenses. Build the advanced aircraft plant. What are you guys shooting at? I don't see anything on radar, largely because we don't have radar yet. I could build a small radar. I don't think I need it. I'd rather wait until you just build the good one. I need to get anti-aircraft defenses up soon. Yeah, they're shooting at something we can't see on radar. Or see at all. That's interesting. Okay. Get another construction aircraft in this advanced plant. Okay. Now. Start getting defender towers down. Alright. Get some advanced aircraft. And as soon as the first advanced aircraft rolls off the line, we'll build a radar like here somewhere. Or maybe there. Probably should build it behind the mines instead of up top. And it looks like we're running into energy troubles. That'll fix itself soon. I'm pretty sure they were shooting at that pyro that was walking back and forth. Let's move a Zeus ahead. So that next time he comes back, he'll get popped. And that should solve that problem rather permanently. Okay. Build the radar, please. Come on, Zeus. Shoot his ass. Nope. The Zeus never shot him. But he was taken out anyway. So it worked out in the end. Build a few more solar collectors over there. And then we should probably have the commander. Oh. We have basic anti-aircraft defenses. Do we have anything new? We have aircraft repair pads, which aren't that useful. Yeah, other than the Annihilator, there's nothing new here. Well, the Annihilator's not new, so I don't know why I said other than the Annihilator. Other than the Annihilator, there's nothing there that I really want to build right now, except economy stuff. Fusion reactors. Okay. Let's send a few planes down here. Moho mine, then fusion reactor, then Moho mine, then fusion reactor, then Moho mine, then fusion reactor, and that should be a good enough block for now. We'll order more later. Alright. I'll send him another helping hand. And then you. We'll send the commander over here to help build these solar collectors. Actually, we don't need to do any of that. Without the commander constructing, we have enough resources to keep everyone busy. Okay. And we'll keep one advanced aircraft behind, and he will... I'm just debating if I actually want to use the commander to build any annihilators. Because unless they start really hammering at us, I don't know that annihilators are going to be that useful. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so after this, let's build a few scout aircraft. First Moho mine's done. Okay. Once we get the first fusion reactor done, that'll improve the situation considerably, and we'll be able to start using the commander to help build again. I just want to build a giant pool of brawlers and go tell them to please leave me alone. That might be the best bet here. Let's build a bunch more advanced construction aircraft, and then we'll just use them all to support this plant and just wreck with brawlers. Alright. We'll see what that reveals. Like they're about half done with the fusion reactor. That paper done got blued up by somebody. Didn't see what it was. That is why you probably should pay attention when you're flying aircraft over things. We'll see what's out the middle of central consciousness, which I assume is like in the middle of the circle. Okay, they have sort of beefy defenses there. Nothing is terribly insane, just defenses. Alright, let's just keep up the pattern previously established. For no particular reason other than that I feel like it. Okay, first fusion reactor's almost done. Do I want to build berthas along the top of this? That might be a good idea. Keep building construction planes so we can get a big army of them. Okay. First fusion's done, which solves our energy problems. Just straight up solves them completely. Commander, I actually have a job for you. If you would be so kind as to come over here where nothing useful is going on. And build some neat little blocks of storages for various resources. Alright. Also, let's build an atlas, because I'm sure we'll want it later. And if we build it now, then we won't have to sit around and wait for the atlas to build. Okay. Another Moho mine. I kind of wish you could set a guard order on a factory. So I could have factories automatically guard themselves. Oh well. Not that hard to manually order aircraft to do their thing. Do I want to build an advanced K-bot labs so I can crank out Zeus's? Because we could just crank out a ton of Zeus's and march on this, and that would flatten it very effectively. Maybe later. For now, I don't think we will. We'll stick to getting a aircraft plant insanely built up, and then just cranking out a lot of brawlers. There are very few things that a lot of brawlers can't deal with. Of course, if you get unlucky or aren't careful, then the enemy can shoot down whole clumps of them, which leads to a certain degree of excitement. Yeah, Brawler Swarm, it's too much fun not to. Okay. This aircraft plant is pumping stuff out so fast. Of course it has like a bazillion construction aircraft assigned to it. That's not too surprising, I suppose. Where's the commander? There he is. He's about to finish that up. Alright. Well, when you're done building those, come over here and guard this, along with all the rest of these idiots. The first brawler's about to come off the line. The second brawler is about to come off the line. Here comes the third brawler. Yeah. Okay. We'll have a pile of those in no time. And the best part is we're still positive on metal and energy. Alright, well let's take the first 6 and let's go say hi to various individuals out here. See if we can persuade them to go away. These cans are super tough. Pick out the gat guns first. There's a construction K-bot just sitting there. Get rid of the fusion plant. If we take out their energy, then they can't fire back at us. There's a doomsday machine. Okay, we're gonna lose these guys to various defenses there. Oh look, in the time it took us to get those 6 destroyed, 7 more were built. Come on, defenders. There we go. Now. I should probably build some Berthas. Get rid of that fusion plant. Pulverizer. Alright. The ones back home seem to be handling that situation well enough. That fusion plant. There's probably another fusion plant in the other corner. So let's go hunt that down. Basically getting rid of all of the all of their power is a priority. Whatever defenses we take out along the way is, of course, a plus. Boom goes the fusion plant. That gun took out a lot of our planes. But now they should be fusion plantless, which is a pretty big plus. Their fighter planes are on the case. Just zoom around, see if there's any other fusion plants we may have missed. There's a construction K-bot. Okay, they definitely still have energy production on the map. So those fusion plants weren't everything. That of the game's just letting them have free energy for weapon firing purposes. Which is entirely possible. I don't actually see anything else on the map. Alright, well. Grab our little baller swarm here and let's go start wiping out everything that moves. Not worry about those cans though. So at this point we could probably just pick the commander up and get out here and be mostly okay. Make sure all the Doomsday machines are gone first. Alright, there's a bunch of cans heading in to our base. They're very slow and it's taking them a while to get there, but alright, Commander, I need you to come over here and degun some cans. No matter how expensive and fancy your unit is, they all degun the same. Just clear out the last of these, and then we can go in. Yeah, the gat gun's not able to fire anymore. I wonder if the reason it was able to fire earlier is because the cans... The can might be one of the units that produces energy. And they had a lot of them, so it might have been enough energy to keep the defenses firing. As long as the cans didn't also need to fire. Because the gat guns are definitely dead now. Not dead as in not firing. Okay. Now. And dead isn't dead? Well, now they are, yes. Let's go drop the commander off in the middle of Central Consciousness. Okay, maybe we have to destroy all the units. These things suck at destroying other aircraft, but they can do it. Well. Take control of the dome. Destroy the guard garrison. Must stand on top of the dome. Well, guess what? That's where I was. Go ahead and destroy the last few units that we can see. Just in case that's the actual win condition. Probably another radar out here. Yeah, it's got to be the actual win conditions destroy everything. Yep. That's 100% what it was. Okay. Well, we have one last mission of the main campaign left, and then we have to do... Well, no have to about it. Then we can do core contingency. Which is pretty cool, because it adds a whole bunch... It adds several new planets and a whole bunch of new units. 2 whole new classes of units, for that matter. Which are pretty cool. I think I played through core contingency on the ARM side once, ever. But anyway. We'll do that next time, though. Because it is 10:23. And I have no idea how long this next mission's going to take. So it's probably better to find that out later rather than right now. Tomorrow is Friday. And Friday means EDF. I will, oh, I don't know. I might start a little bit early. But we'll see. If I do, it won't be for EDF unless everybody just happens to show up right as soon as I start. But yeah, because there's a tomorrow at 4 o'clock. There's a 99 party for somebody in RuneScape that I may or may not stream. I'll have to think about it. But anyway. In any case, there will be EDF tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll play some Dwarf Fortress. Monday will be some Crab Champions. And Tuesday and possibly Wednesday, we'll return for more, what do I call it? Door Kickers. Before playing more Total Annihilation next Thursday. I still haven't quite decided yet whether or not I'm going to play through the core campaign. It depends on what happens when we're getting close to the end of the core contingency ARM campaign. Whether I have other things immediately ready to go or not. But anyway. For tonight, it's doubtful that anyone's streaming anything on my follow list. Indeed, they are not. So I don't think we're going to raid anybody. Hopefully I see you all back here tomorrow for some more EDF shenanigans. Blow up a bunch of ants. Hopefully they don't discover a even harder variant than the gold ant. But I guess we'll find out when we get there. We're slowly but surely making our progress to the end game. Well, we're kind of at the end game, I guess, already for the current difficulty. And it's getting more and more interesting as we go. But anyway. Yeah. Good night. And goodbye.